Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2 1 2.
When you learn it, you grow. When you understand it, you level up. When you execute it, your whole life shifts. This is discipline. This is movement. This is Lux.
Lux go, Lux go, Lux go.
Stay locked in.
They locked in.
Stay focused.
That's right.
Stay locked.
Lux go, Lux go, Lux go. Right on time. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the session. My name is Oren, Coach Wright. I am super excited to be here. It's beautiful, beautiful Wednesday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Look, we got an amazing session lined up for you. The market has absolutely been blessing us this week, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been winning this week, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and drop the win inside the chat box, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been winning, let's go ahead and celebrate, ladies and gentlemen. That money ball, that money fall is for you. All right, you are a money magnet, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, let's go. Had to start it off like that. Listen, I'm super excited to be here. Look, I got a quick presentation for you. Quick presentation. Let me take a sip of this diet water. Woo! So refreshing. So refreshing. Yes, I'm glad my internet is back. They had an outage in the area. Yes, the thirst was real. Let me ask you something, though. Let's get focused for a second. Okay? Let's get focused. How many of you have ever imagined your future so clear that it almost felt real? How many of you have imagined your future so clear that it felt so real? Come on, think about it. You can see the house. You know what the kitchen looks like. You can picture yourself sitting in that car. That's right. You can see yourself traveling, building wealth, finally walking away from that job. Woo! You can feel it, right? Take a moment and I want you to put your vision, your dream life inside the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put that dream life in the chat. Manifest it, all right? Write it down. Write that vision. Make sure it's clear. Put it in the chat. What's that dream car? Okay? That's right. What does that dream house look like? What kind of life are you working toward? That's right. Because now I want to ask you a very difficult question. Okay? I want to ask you a very difficult question now because you've already laid it out. Some of you said you want to lay out by your pool, probably with your charts, sipping pina coladas, whatever it is. Okay? Owning your own catering business, living that life, right? But here's the difficult question I got to ask you now. You're excited now, but watch this. What are you doing about it? I see the houses, I see the cars, the comments, the beautiful vacation. It all sounds beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. But now let me ask you one question that changes everything. What are you doing about it right now? Okay? Right now. Okay? Not what's written on your vision board. I'm not talking about what's on your vision board. Not what you plan to do one day. Okay? What are you doing today? You said you want the house, but here's the question. How's your credit? How's your credit? Are you working on your credit right now? These are the things that I'm talking about. The small things. The small things is going to help you get to that level. Okay? Are your finances moving you closer to your goal? Because wanting something and preparing for it is two completely different things. That's right. Here's another one that's going to hit you hard. What if everything showed up tomorrow? What if everything showed up tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen? Okay? Imagine receiving that phone call. Someone said, I found it. It is the house you've been describing for years. The perfect neighborhood, the perfect kitchen, the perfect backyard. Even better is the price that you imagine. You walk through the house and immediately you know this is it. Then they sit you down to complete the paperwork. Okay? They sit you down to complete the paperwork. Now you are no longer imagining it. The opportunity is real. They check your credit. They ask about your down payment. They review your finances. And suddenly you realize, uh-oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. You can no longer say the opportunity never came. Okay? Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting there waiting for opportunities. The opportunities came, we just weren't prepared. We were not ready. Oh man, who am I talking to? Who am I talking to today? Somebody. Somebody right now was on their knees praying for an opportunity, praying for a chance, praying to learn this skill. But the moment you learn the skill, you don't have the money to deposit in your trading account. Okay? You don't have the money to deposit into your trading account because you weren't preparing for it. You was just learning the skills, learning how to press buttons. All right, put the money in now. I don't have any. This is why it's very important, ladies and gentlemen, before you can learn this skill, get that money first. Get that discipline first. Ladies and gentlemen, you simply were not prepared when it arrived. Let me tell you this. Okay? This is going to hurt a little. This is going to sting right here. This one is going to sting. Okay? Perfect, perfect, perfect. I appreciate you. I see you. I see you. Some dreams would become emergencies. Some dreams would become emergency. I want you to hear me on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Think about this. How many things we call dreams would become financial emergencies if they arrive today? Oh, you want the large house, right? But can you afford the mortgage, the property taxes, the maintenance, the utilities, and everything else that comes with it? You want the luxury car? But can your finances support the cost of owning it? Or can you only afford to be seen driving it? Most people can only afford to look good in something they can afford. Oof. It's not hard to look good. It's not hard to look good. Just put a smile on your face. All right? Even Flavor Flav, all right, was once married. Had some of the most beautiful women around him. It doesn't take much to look good. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone wants the reward. But every reward comes with responsibility. Before asking for more, make sure you are becoming capable of maintaining more. Why be anxious for a life you have not yet prepared for? You're anxious for a life you have not prepared yourself for. Oh man, I can't wait. Oh man, I want to do this, I want to do this, do that. You're anxious about the future It's not even here yet. Live today. Enjoy right now. That's the reason why most people can't get to the next level in trading. It's because they're trying to take their trading account from $100 to $100,000. That's the future. Would it be okay if you accumulated $100,000 over the course of a few months, a few years in trading versus trying to get it right now? Oh, everybody want that I'm a six-figure earner. What if you can still have that title, but it took you some time to get it versus it's right now? You can be a six and seven figure earner and still walk into that position with the habits of a three-figure earner, living paycheck to paycheck. Okay? So before asking for more, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are becoming capable of maintaining more. Practice your future. Okay? Practice your future. You say, when my finances approve, I'm going to travel the world. You know, when I get some more money, I'm going to travel the world. But why wait until then to begin exploring? You don't need an excuse me, you don't need an international flight to practice becoming a traveler. Think about this. It was wild to me that for those who live here in the state, we are quick to travel to another country before we even explore the country that we're currently in. Like, whoa. We could talk about, I've been to 20, 30 different countries. How many states have you been to? Oh, I only been to like two. I went to Miami, went to Philadelphia, that's it. Only two, but you went to 30 different countries? But what did it take for us to save for that? Most people went on vacation and came back broke. You see, ladies and gentlemen, explore your city. Visit another part of your state. Plan a weekend trip. Research the destination. Create a budget. Make the arrangements. Okay? Learn how to enjoy the experience without returning home financially overwhelmed. Practice the life you say you want. The smaller version of your dreams may already be in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, teaching you how to handle the larger version. You want the freedom. Many people say, I cannot wait until I retire. I cannot wait until I have complete freedom over my time. But what did you do with the free time you had last night? The free time you had last night, ladies and gentlemen, what did you do with that time? You came home, you ate, you sat down, turned on the television, picked up your phone, watched some TV for a couple hours, and you watched that time disappear. Then the next morning you said, I cannot wait until I have more time. More time to do what? You want 8 hours of freedom, but you have not learned how to manage two. You see that? You want 8 hours of freedom, but we have not figured out how to manage the 2 free hours that we had. This is preparing you for your future, the one that you manifest. Don't wait until you get it. Don't wait until you're holding all of this money. Look at the people who won the lottery. They went broke within the first 3 years because they inherit millions of dollars, but with zero financial literacy. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, freedom is not simply having no one to tell you what to do. Okay? Freedom is having the discipline to manage yourself when no one is telling you what to do. Whoo! I gotta say that one all over again because that one hit me hard. Freedom It's not simply having no one tell you what to do. I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. I want to be my own man. I don't want nobody to tell me what to do. But freedom is having the discipline to manage yourself when no one is telling you what to do. That's right. Last one. Prepare for the life that you want. Maybe you don't need to be anxious about when your future will arrive. Maybe you need to focus on becoming ready for it. You want better health? Begin practicing healthier habits today. Okay? You want wealth? Learn to manage what you already have. Okay? Use the free time you already have with purpose. Imagine spending 10 years asking life for an opportunity, then one day everything you ask for arrives right at your front door. But instead of welcoming this new life that I have, oh my goodness, this is the life that I asked for, you have to say, can you come back later? Ladies and gentlemen, when that life shows up that you asked for, and you have to say, whoa, 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 can you come back later? I'm not ready yet. I just gotta manage, this last $100, and then I'll be able to manage the million. Can you come back later? Whoa, brand new car. Oh man, I just got this brand new car. I'm gonna put this on hold. Yes, you've been approved, but yeah, I'm gonna put it on hold right now because you know uh, my finances are not right. I'm gonna live paycheck to paycheck on this. Come back later. Okay, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's the real concern because maybe the biggest problem is not that your future has not arrived. Maybe it's that if it arrived tomorrow, you would not be prepared to handle it. So stop waking up asking, when is my life going to change? I want you to start asking, ladies and gentlemen, what am I doing to prepare for the life I keep asking for? Do not just manifest your future, prepare yourself to live in your future. Let's go. Oh man, someone said, hey, thank you for always preparing such a presentation and delivering for us. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, that's what we do this for. Okay? That's what we do this for, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me just get this over here. Perfect. I don't know. Can y'all see my screen? Y'all see the charts? Y'all see the chart? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can
Perfect.
see.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. What a beautiful morning, beautiful week we had this week on the charts. Beautiful week. Um, we had a beautiful setup on gold. Beautiful sell. I called this gold trade out on Monday. Okay, I called this gold play out on Monday. I want to show you guys how beautiful this thing was. I hope I didn't delete it. I don't think I did. I may have overwritten it. Let me see, 19 hours ago. Yeah. Well, this is not the one that I wanted, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. This was a beautiful 1 hour trade on gold. And I just want you to see how, let's see if I have this. I love to show you the before and after. I told you guys, take pictures. Don't I always tell you guys to take pictures, the before and afters, so we can actually get a chance to see, go back and take a look at our work, right? So this was the before. All right, you should be able to see my screen. Okay. Actually, I had a before. Yeah, there we go. This was way before. This was actually a couple days ago. 1 second, I'm waiting for it to pull up. There we go. So this was a couple days ago. All right, everybody can see my screen. Okay. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right. Make sure everything is still visible. Perfect. All right. So this screen right here was the before. I sent this out a couple days ago. We had a sell opportunity sitting here, and the details on this idea was amazing, because number one, we identified resistance. Number two, we had the pattern. And number three, we needed the market to come here to give us the rejection, right? We needed the rejection. Now, this is why I share with you everything that I teach, ladies and gentlemen, it works. I want you to see the complete breakdown of this trade right here. All right. First thing, we got the resistance here. We got the pattern here. Now we set the alarm to wait for the market to come here. Now I want you to see this. All right. Now, same trade, same time frame, the 1 hour time frame. Notice what happened next. The market came right to the zone. Yes or no, ladies and gentlemen? Did the market retest the zone? Okay. I leave this here. I document it. Win or lose. The market came to the zone yesterday. Now, I want you to see, what did it do today? There's no drawdown. Okay. There's no drawdown. This market moved from here, all right, all the way down. We're talking about almost 1,000 pips of pure pleasure. 1,000 pips of pure pleasure. Why? Because you followed the rules. This is not something that I'm teaching you, you know, hey, sell here, buy here, sell here. You're actually learning. That's the best part about it. You are actually learning. Now, I want you to think about this. Everything that we teach, ladies and gentlemen, everything we teach, as you can see, we have a blueprint for everything. I put these presentations together. If you don't go back and watch it, that's not a me problem. Okay? That's you. So when you look at this, okay, step number one, if you were here yesterday, even if you were here Monday, okay, step number one, we identified a structure. You guys remember that? Okay? Someone said, this is what I've been looking for. Well, you're in the right place. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm going to teach you. That's my job. Okay? And I love doing it. Step number one was to identify the structure. Okay? Extreme lows, extreme highs are my resistance. Okay? Step number two is, after you identify your support and your resistance, step number two, you have to identify the pattern. It's very important you identify the pattern. Now, I've added something in here to help me get those sniper entries. And it doesn't matter if you're part of the inner circle, the outer circle, just be in the circle. Okay, just be in the circle right now, because I'm going to tell you this right here. One of my biggest secrets, okay? One of my biggest secrets is, once I identify my support and or resistance, I got the pattern. What I'm looking for, all right, this is a little bonus. Before the market hits this support area right here, I want to see a gap right before. A gap right before. Don't worry if you don't get it, because when we go over to the live chart, you're going to see it in a moment. And once that market rejects off support, reverse into that, oh, wrong way. Reverse into that gap, I'm going to be looking for buys. Okay? Boom. That's the pause. That's the pause. Yes, that's the pause in the market. Okay? So as you can see over here, Charles, right over here, I'm just going to grab this laser. The market rises up and it pauses. There's a pause right here before they see resistance. They know resistance is up here. They know this. Okay? But some of us, when we see resistance, I want to tell you the truth now. Okay? Not something that's going to scare you. Because the majority of those you listen to, they teach in a way to make it seems like the market makers is the boogeyman. Oh, the market makers, they see your stop loss. The market makers, they're coming for you. Why would I want to trade in such scary conditions? Think about that for a second. Okay? But now, here's what we notice, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just go back over here. Here's what we notice. I want you to think about this, and then I want you to form your own opinion. You ready? So let's say, for example, the market is over here. They make a high, they make a low. They push right back up to this high right here. And we're just rejecting off of this level. Rejection. Rejection. Oh no, I can't go higher. So what do you think is happening in here? I'm going to break down this whole plan, and I don't mind sharing these secrets because there's so many people not paying attention. They're looking at the clock right now, waiting. When is he going to call the trade? So, ladies and gentlemen, right in this area, the market, rejection, offer resistance. We're entering a sell. I just entered a sell right there. Okay, yo, Charles was in a sell right there. There's Charles. He's in a sell. Oh, really? Here come Angie. Hey, Charles. How you doing? Nothing much, Angie. About to get into a sell right here. Hey, me too, Charles. Okay, perfect. There's Angie. Angie gets in. Oh man, here come Patrick and Pavla. Patrick and Pavla, hey, what y'all doing up here? Not much. We saw this beautiful setup. Saw this beautiful setup right here. You know, it's cool. Oh yeah, what y'all doing? Oh, we selling. Oh, y'all selling too? Perfect. All right, cool, cool, cool. And then here comes the market makers. Here comes the market makers. Here they come. Hey yo, y'all see them over there? Yeah, look, look. They just hanging up there in resistance. Yeah, come on, let's roll through. Let's roll through that real quick. Yeah, let's go. Woo! It's the market makers. It's the market makers. Oh, oh no, Patrick, run, Patrick. Come on, Angie. Come on, come with us. Come on, let's go. And here's Charles. Hey guys, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm down here at this level. Okay. Charles said, "Look, don't worry, don't worry. We okay. I'm going short right here, and I'm going to put my stop loss right above this high. Come on, Angie, come down with me. Let's go. All right, Charles, you're going to be safe down here. Put your stop loss above the high." Whew, that was close. That was close. They locked the door right here. And now the market makers is circling in consolidation. They circling in here. Oh, we're safe in here. We're safe in here. And then, and then, guess what? All it takes is that one person. Here come Jameer 16. Jameer 16, as this market, here come Jameer 16, as this market is pulling back right up to this level. Jameer 16 said, "Oh, I'm going to get into a sell right here, but I'm going to leave the door open." You know, it's got to be one person, right? I'm going to leave the door open. And, yeah, perfect. And now here comes Jameer 16, going to leave the door open. And now the market maker say, "Hey, what's that up there? Hey, go for it. Get him, get him, get him. Ah, get him." There's your breakout. There's your break of structure. Oh no! Stop loss got hit. Did you see anybody up there? Nah, they got away. They got away. All right. Well, come back. Come back down here. We're going to block this area off. Okay? Yeah, block this area off. So now guess what? Boom. They gave you a strong push to the upside. They broke this level right here. Break a structure right there. BOS to the upside. Boom. Stop losses got hit. That was the market makers. What does it look like now? Consolidation. Boom. 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 Breakout. Change of direction. Okay? Change of direction. They close below the starting point. Change of direction happened right in this area. So now what happens? The police are looking for somebody. They got to fill that quota. Oh my goodness, we got to fill that quota. They drop down. Y'all remember this consolidation right here? Y'all remember that consolidation? Now look at this. After they left this area, they know that the police left. And now they're going to have fun. Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, man, it was crazy. The police was over here earlier. Look at how many people heard about how fun this place is. Okay? Yo, we got a lot of people over here now. Well, look at all of these people. And where people are is money. We got a whole bunch of money showing up now. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're going to leave that right there. Now, remember this area right here, this consolidation area? Check this out. That market drops down. They just circling the block. Checking. Oh, let me get into a sell. Let me get into a buy. Let me get into a sell. Let me get into a buy. Okay. Perfect. Let me get into a sell. Let me get into a buy. What is the market doing right now, ladies and gentlemen? It's repeating the same steps all over again. It's in consolidation. Okay? It's doing the same thing all over again. You got people hanging out. Okay? This is you and I. We over here. We're doing the same thing all over again in this area. Now remember what they did before. How they spiked the market to the high? So guess what? This is where, you know, when you enter a trade right here and you say, oh my goodness, they know where my stop loss is at. You have no choice but to put it there. Where else you going to put your stop loss at? You're going to put it way up here? That risk don't even make sense. Okay? So when you hear people say they hunting for your stop loss, where else am I going to put my stop loss? I have no choice but to put it above the high. I just got to make sure that I protect myself at all time. Okay? That's why when I enter the trade, I have to take profit when I'm supposed to. Versus trying to hold this trade to 3,000 pips. Take your money, because eventually when they do something like this, boom, they just broke the high. Oh no, they were going after my stop loss. No, they're not even looking at you. You know where they were going? They were going to pick up the right shoulder. Yes, this right shoulder over here. Look at every single time that your stop loss got hit. I can almost guarantee you, if you look to the left, you're going to see there was a right shoulder or a zone that they were coming back to. Am I right or wrong? Check it out. And when they come back to that level, they repeat the pattern all over again. Okay? They will all over again. They will repeat this pattern. So now, think about this area right here. You see when they close below this starting point right here, they gave you a reaction right there for a sell. They gave you a reaction right there for a sell. So what does that mean? Anyone selling right here would have had their stop loss somewhere in there. Okay? They would have had their stop loss somewhere in here. Okay? Was that enough profit entering into this trade to have that market drop down over 400 plus pips? Yes, that was enough. But you overstayed your welcome. So now, guess what happens? This area where your stop loss is at, what is the market pulling back to? They're not thinking about you. Boom. Breakouts. Pause. Boom. Breakout. Where we going? Why are we up here? Ask questions. Why is the market all the way up here? Because they're coming to this right shoulder. You just so happen to be in the way. What you doing up here, Cleophas? I was just up here. Man, hurry up, get out of here for the big boss come. Okay? Well, Angie, it's not that they were in too early because this was a good trade. I'll take 400 plus pips any day. That was a good trade. Okay? So it's not that they were in too early because there's a trade opportunity everywhere. Okay? Everywhere there's a trade opportunity. You just have to trade your time. Okay? What time frame is that? Are you a swing trader? Are you a swing trader may say, I'm going to be on a higher time frame and wait for this. A day trader or a scalper may want to take this trade. Like, look at us this morning. You see how we caught that beautiful buy opportunity? We caught a buy opportunity in a falling market. But why did we exit the trade? Because we knew it was a falling market. But the opportunity for a small buy in profit was amazing. Just don't overstay your welcome. That's right. Okay? That's right. If you're going to show up early, don't stay late. Wow. If you're going to show up early to a trade, meaning you jumped in on the lower time frame, don't try to overstay your welcome by staying late to reach a higher time frame target. You want to show up on a 5 minute to go hang out with the dailies. Okay? Those time frames, nah, don't work. All right, perfect. What we doing? Let's see what else is out. We had a crude oil play. All right, crude oil is in the zone right now. Okay, we had a sell opportunity right here set up on crude oil. And now here's the play. What I want to see. I'm here on the 4-hour time frame on crude. Okay, we have our structure, resistance at the top. Okay, the pattern in between. As the market is rising up, okay, remember this. Let me draw this out so you can see it. Okay, this is going to be your resistance. This is what I want you to see. And trust me, you're going to see some snipers. Okay, pay attention. Let's say this is my resistance. Don't blink on this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to the live chart. That's my resistance right here. Can everybody see this? Is it bright enough? Is it big enough? Perfect. That's my resistance. Now, we know that when we look at resistance, the market just rises up and rejects, right? That's how we know we got resistance. But what we want to see is the market rise, pause, okay? It's going to pause, and inside of that pullback, this is what we see inside of that pullback. It drops down, and then it rises into resistance. Now, after we get that rejection, this is what the higher time frame looks like that. Now, I want you to see something. You see this? This is a head and shoulder pattern inside of a pullback. Okay? You will always find a head and shoulder pattern in a pullback. Okay? You will always find a head and shoulder pattern in a pullback. Write that down for your notes. Okay? Every time the market rise and pull back, you're going to see the head and shoulder pattern. When you drop to a lower time frame, you're going to see a break of structure, okay, and a change of direction, and this would be a sell position on that time frame known as your pullback, with your stop loss above this high. This stop loss, once the market break, stop loss will eventually turn into a break of structure, just like this. So this would be a stop loss for this move, and then a break of structure when the market breaks out. Now, when that market breaks out, going into a resistance, you've already identified your resistance, but going into the resistance, what I want to see is, because it's going to take a lot of buying pressure to create a break of structure. I want you to think, when creating a break of structure, think of the market as a rocket. That's a lot of buying power, right? So what you're going to see is a large buying candle. Well, this is what I want to see, okay? And then another uh, buy candle into the zone, okay? But right around here, I want to see a gap, okay? Let me just move this out the way so it's nice and clear. Okay, as this market is pushing up, when I say a gap, ladies and gentlemen, you see this three candle setup? Not the starting point, Angie. We got one, candle number one, candle number two, and candle number three. What I want to see is that candle number two closes above the wick of candle number one. Yes, yes, FVG. Okay, so now candle number one and candle number two break and close above, a full candle above the wick. Now, candle number three is supposed to be a retest to candle number one, but for some reason, the wick of candle one and two does not close. So what we want to do is draw a zone from the wick, the high wick of one, to the low wick of two. This is going to create, you guys know it as a FVG, a fair value gap, or imbalance, or just a gap in price. Okay, whatever we want it to be, it can be it. Well, you said, is it not a part of the starting point on a lower time frame? It could be, but it's very important to identify this first on the time frame that you're on. So when you drop to a lower time frame, if it becomes that starting point on the lower time frame, then that's just your confirmation. But we can't assume that it's going to be that until we see it. Okay? So now, what do we have? We got resistance. As the market is coming back into resistance, we notice that we have a gap. Now watch this. Okay? So to answer your question with this, Angie, this will be the starting point that pushes the market up, but we don't know if the gap is in that same area. But we're going to see this on the live chart. So now we get the rejection. Once we get that rejection from this level, we want to see the market close below, close below, close below a full candle, close below the gap. So you get this massive drop down, after finding that resistance. Boom. I would prefer that when they close, they don't close all the way down here, but we can't control that, because when they do this, it messes up the whole rhythm. So now, if they close below, you can enter two ways. You can wait for your retest to the gap on this side, and you can take your trade. Okay, stop loss above this candle here. All right, this is going to be my left shoulder. And if that market opens up and continues dropping down and don't give you a retest, okay, you can enter at market execution. Vice versa for a sell opportunity. I mean a buy opportunity. So when I'm looking at this crude oil, I'm on a 4-hour time frame. You see the current candle right now is in my sell zone. Right now, it's in my sell zone. But here's the issue. We do have a gap, but this 4-hour candle did not close yet. We do have a gap. If this 4-hour candle would have closed, then I would go ahead and mark it up. Okay, so that means if they leave a gap in between this area, I need them to close down here. But let's drop down to a lower time frame. After the market dropped, now it's coming back up to the zone. All right, do we have a gap now off of this 1-hour time frame pushing into the zone? Yes, we do. So we're going to take this candle wick right here up to this candle wick right there. If you do not want to enter the trade right here at market, then you wait, set your alarm, wait for a close below, retest, and then target the low. Target the low, stop loss above the high. Simple. Okay? Target the low if we get that close below. Now you're probably asking, what time frame can this be done on? It all depends on the time frame that you have. If you have an hour to trade, then you go on a 15-minute. We don't have that much time. So when you drop down to a lower time frame first, you're not worrying about the trend because you're not going to be in here all day. So I might look at this low here and say that's my support. Okay. I might say in this area here, I might have a resistance here. Okay. Now, this is my support right here. The market bounced off of this level. Here's a gap right here and here. As you can see, they rejected, came back above, stop loss below this level. Did not hit your stop loss. Okay, did not hit your stop loss. You still haven't broken even yet. We had some drawdown. Gold was dropping this morning. But once they get above this range, you can trade it up to this level. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, that was the same one. All right, they came back here. I'm on the lower time frame. They did it again right here after the rejection. Okay, after this rejection, they had a gap, closed above, retest, gave me a buy up. Okay. I know we need to be above that level. Mm-hmm. All right, the only setup I have is closing above. Let me see what this 1 minute is producing. second in that zone. I don't have a Discord. Yeah, I don't have a Discord. Yeah, you won't find me on there. So if somebody is using my name on Discord, yeah, cancel Christmas on that one. Yeah, get it right here. You get your mentorship right here. Just ask more questions. All right, Jameer, just ask more questions. Participate more. You're not gonna get no more than what you get right here. All right. Most people trying to chase more and not using what you're getting right here. Okay? Get this information right here, Jameer. Ask me questions. I'm different. Okay, you see what I did here? This would have been the stop. Now let's see if they pull back to this area. Oops. Oh, you said this is your second day? Oh, okay. Your second day. All right. We really need them above here. I'm gonna move this box out of the way. Okay. There we go. You said this place is make believe? You said, are we waiting for a buy? Well, we waiting for a setup. Waiting for a setup. The setup can be in either direction. Okay? The setup can be in either direction. It doesn't matter. If I tell you we're waiting for a buy, are you going to keep your finger on the trigger? If I say we're waiting for a sell, are you going to only focus on, all right, get your finger ready for the sell button? Just focus on the direction when we get the setup. Okay? I'm gonna explain this also. This is why many people, can you go to 806 and see if there was a setup there? 806? What do you mean 806? 806 in the morning? If the setup passed, if the setup passed, I mean, going back to find a setup, 806 in the morning, that's way over here. Did you take it? 806. All right, so 806 is over here. Um, right over here. You want to know if there was a setup. It looks like it. It looked like it. I mean, maybe not at 806, maybe at 957. Yeah. Yeah, but let's stay focused. All right. Let's stay focused. Okay. So remember what I did here. This was as the market is pushing up, I treated this as support. We had a gap before coming down into support. They closed above. This would have been an entry, small drawdown, stop loss below. And now let's see. We know that they have that area up there. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Okay. This is also an entry if we break and close above it for a buy. That would be an entry. Okay. The buyer's already held this level. Mhm. Yep, we had that entry. That was the first one. Okay. Just let the market cook. If you don't, if you, that moment you start to feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I'm missing out because I'm not in the trade. You would wish you were missing out if it was a losing trade. Yeah, so the PDFs, I'm going to have it available for you. This is not really a good one. Oh, no, this one here. All right, so if they close below this, we can have a short move down to here. Okay. Yes. Okay. 1 second. Oh, this is that BTC sell I sold last night. Oh, I remember. I remember. Okay, gold, where are you? Okay, perfect. They came below. They came below that area, so now I'll look for a sell right in there. Okay. Don't move too fast. I want to sell right in here. All right, so I'm going to increase my lot size by dragging this over. Okay. Wait for a retest and then drop. Really? Why would you do that? Why? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you drop so low? You know I don't like that. Really? Why would you drop so low? You know I don't like that. That's not a part of the deal. You were supposed to give me a retest. That's not a part of the deal. Okay? I don't like when they push. I don't like. Hey, appreciate the coins. Thank you. Thank you. I don't like when they do that. That strong push down. They were supposed to give us a retest right here and they just kept going. Oh, man. Really? Really? Okay. Okay. All right. I see you. I see you. Close below this one then. I dare you. I double dare you. I triple dipple dare you. Okay? Since you want to play that game, you want to play that game, you know I was supposed to be in that trade right there. All you needed to give me was a small retest. Okay? That's all I wanted. I don't even know if I want this sell right there off of this retest here. I don't really like those. Ah, that was nice. It was nice. I don't like it though. It's cool. Get below this zone. Get below this. I'll take this one. No, we're looking for sales now. Well, we're looking for whatever the setup they give us. Remember, we can just listen to my voice. Okay, listen to my voice. You know, we could be looking for sales, and then automatically it change, and then I'll say we're looking for buys. But just listen to my voice. Okay, because imagine you're trying to read the chart. Okay, well, you're trying to read the chart. Yeah, read that chart. Listen to my voice. Listen to my voice. Boom. I'm trying to. Don't be that passenger driver. You know that driver. I just got ECC 11, but still practicing. Okay. Don't be that backseat driver. All right. So now we're below this area. Damn it. I mean, I'm over here trying to talk to you. I missed it. Oh man. Well, that's what I wanted. I'm gonna go ahead and take that cell. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take that cell. It should be back up there. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take this cell right there. All right. I'm gonna take that cell. Okay. And with that cell right there, I want to see this market. Okay. I don't want to see it above this zone right here. I want to see this thing drop down if we're going to continue. Sure. Okay. Okay. See if we can take out this low down here. Okay. Texting my wife, she asked me what I want for lunch. I'm like, you're distracting me. Got some gaps happening. Gap City. As you can see, I entered way too early. All right. Hit this area first. Let's see. Hmm. Anything above this range, they're coming back for this. If they get up here, they're coming back for this area here. Yep. And that's it right there. Nothing above this level. Stopping out above that level. I'm stopping out above that level. All right. Nothing else above there. Okay. I didn't put a stop here. I didn't put a stop here because I knew they wanted to close this one. And now we're reaching back into the zone. So I want to see if we can get that nice drop down. You said below 46.97. Well, number one, get back below this zone here. Okay, so we have our resistance, gap into it, rejection right here. We need that rejection. We don't need any more bounces up. Okay, come down and get this money while you pausing. Come down and get this money. It's way up there. All right, I'm stopping out right above there. I'm out. I'm out here. I'm out. It's at 48, not 48. It's doing our original play. It's doing our original play right now. Remember, we wanted it to close above here, so we're going to see. All right, so I stopped out on the first one. All right, stopped on the first one. Well, my TP was down here. I mean, we stopped out. We stopped out. Do me a favor, okay? Because I know you want to learn. All right, I know you want to learn, but do me a favor. Um, take notes, okay? Take notes. I'm looking at your comments, and I want to address your question, your comments and concerns, but um, just observe, okay? Before you take the trade, observe my teaching style and observe the point where when it's time to focus and learn, let's focus on that, okay? Let's just observe for now and just listen to my voice, okay? So now you said you observing, you're following. You just want to know what is the TP for the upcoming trade? Well, we have to enter the trade first. We haven't entered it yet. Okay? We haven't entered any buy trades yet. The market just closed above. Okay? The market just closed above. So now we have to wait to see if we can get the market back in the zone. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, our original bias was this whole buy opportunity. Okay? So we're just waiting now to see if we can get them to come back in this range and probably ride this thing for the rest of the day until 5. I just need them back here. I don't want them to break this high without giving me an entry right here. Okay, give me that pullback. Give me that pullback. Now I'm looking at this area here. Looking at this area. So we want to see if they could. I know we got a zone down here also. If we want to see if they can hold this zone here, all right, for some buys. Okay. Stop loss down here. If we're going to ride this wave up, that's a 1-to-1 target right there. All right, so they're in this zone here. They're in that zone for buys. Okay, in that zone for buys. TP1 is there. TP2. And the reason why I'm leaving this space open is because they could come back and grab this area. This was this area here, but this is our entry. All right. If they close, once they close above here, we can start adjusting our targets. I mean, our stop loss and profit. We need them to close above here. This right here would give me a nice confirmation, close above that. Okay. Once they close above this range, bring your stop loss up. We want to see them above this area. Come on, give me that strong push. Okay, give me that strong push up. Okay, everyone should have had this entry here. Okay, about 26 pips so far. When it's blue, it's on you. Okay, when it's blue, it's on you. Okay, when it's blue on you, that's a good sniper entry right there. 30 pips so far. Okay, 30 pips so far. When it's blue, it's on you. You said, did you take the trade? Yeah, you can see it. I'm right here. I'm right here. Do you? Yeah. Look, that was a good entry. Sniper entry. Okay. Yeah, look. Okay. When it's blue, it's on you. Okay. Don't let me tell you where to take profit at. Okay. Some of you have a goal that you're trading for. Okay. Some of you have a bill that you are paying. And that bill may require you to only have maybe $5 a day, $3 a day, $10 a day, whatever that bill may require you to have. You should have hit it from here to there. Okay? Give your trading account a responsibility. That first trade, I shouldn't have lost that one. Okay? I should not have lost that first trade. This requires patience, discipline. Remove the noise, remove the distractions. Okay? Remove all distractions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. All right? Mm. I know Charles and Andrew, I know y'all got that headshot. I know y'all got that headshot right there. Hmm. They gave that strong push up. Now I'm looking at this gap right in here. Hopefully they don't use that against us. hmm Now you see why you give your trade some room to breathe. If it was blue and you didn't take what you're supposed to get, all right, if we get them back above here, you're in the safe zone. Back above this range. Okay. We need to get them back above this level so they can continue. Okay. I got a zone here. You say you took buys at 46.03. Why? That's way up here. Way past our original thought process. You just got the perfect entry in the wrong direction. M forming right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. hmm They need a big explosion, like a big pew. I don't like that they came back below this zone. hmm Okay. Back down into inside the last range. This was our entry. This is where we at. We shifted up a little, back down to the zone. All right. Gold is done. I will get the, okay, perfect. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right. Ken Trade asks, are you taking a buy or sell? I am shutting it down, ladies and gentlemen. Gold is done. All right. Stop loss is hit. Gold is done. Okay. All right. So now, before I even cancel this, end this session, okay, before I even end the session, I have to go back and figure out what happened. Now we find out why. Okay, why did we lose the first trade and the last trade? Okay, lower time frame, we had a break of structure. Give me 1 second, I'm just fixing this up real quick. All right, so for everyone who's brand new on the call and you're asking, are we taking a buy or sell? We're not taking any trades right now. We're figuring out what happened. Okay, so don't ask, are we taking a buy or sell? We're figuring out what happened. Okay, because maybe it wasn't our fault. Okay, here on the 1 hour time frame, I have a support right here. The market pushed up. Okay, we already know where we were in a downtrend because of these sales that we had earlier. It's something that happened right in here. I can see it. Something that happened right in here. All right, so we got a break of structure right there. I see it. I see it. You see this candle right here and this candle right here. This would have been a starting point. Okay. This don't have a wick on the bottom, but it has a starting point here. So if I drop to a lower time frame, we should look for our starting point. Hmm. We don't have one. Hmm. Okay. So we do have the starting point all the way on the 1 minute time frame, which is right here. It's the start of the move that pushed the market down. Now, this is going to be my resistance area. Okay, resistance. Do we have the pattern? Yes. And as the market is coming up to resistance, do we have a gap? Yes, right there. So once they closed below, that was the entry to sell. This was the entry to sell. Market dropped down, made a support here, pushed all the way up. Off of this support that we have a gap in here. Yes, one here and one here. So when the market finally closed above, there was a retest for a buy. And we had one gap right here. So when the market closed above, Boom, retest for a buy. Now, they came closed back below this gap. Retest here. We're going to treat this as support. As this market, we know that they came back down, but in this area, left shoulder, retest, sell. This is where we were fighting over here. We didn't look left. We did not look left. Because if we were to look left, we would have saw this. Resistance. Even if I would have went higher, okay, this is the importance of going back. Resistance, the pattern. Break a structure, the pattern. Left shoulder. So when that market came back up to this zone, we did have a gap from here to here. That's right. So it wasn't 806, it was 1106. Yes. So now that market came right back up to this level with a rejection here. What we were looking at, because we violated this zone here, this was the rejection. This was the breakthrough to come back into this area of resistance. And then it just fell out the sky. And we were just catching a falling knife. So as a reminder, look left. We could have avoided this. Okay? We could have avoided this, and this could have been a beautiful drop to the downside. That's why.
Coach,
Yep, go ahead.
so what that was, all that was doing was retesting. That was the right shoulder that had retested times two. It already came in at one time, and then it did it times two. That was the move we were looking for, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Gratitude.
This is why it's important to go back. To go back and figure out what happened. Even with this, gold could still come back up, because what we have right here is support, breakout. Here's the support, change of direction. Buyers are in this level. Now, with this zone right here, ladies and gentlemen, look at the wick. We know that gold is in a downtrend right now. We just closed below right there. So is it possible that we can still see gold come back up to this level right here and give us a drop for a continuation? The market is exhausted. It's been running all day. Okay? It's exhausted. Now, if that happens, go ahead and get a screenshot. All right, that price is sitting around 46.34. 46.34. Okay, 46.34 right here. Okay, price label between 46.34, 46.35, one of those levels right there. Okay, so now once that market comes back to that level, here's what we do. Okay, here's what we do. When they come back to that level, let them pause, pull back, reject, change of direction, retest, sell. Make sure there's a gap inside. Okay, perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. It's always an honor and a pleasure to share my knowledge with you. Okay, it feels good when we are winning, but the moment we take a loss, Go back and figure out what happened. You'll be surprised that it was just one simple mistake that you had to fix. Look left in order to go right. Okay? Look left in order to go right. All right? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. We are still winning. Celebrate it. Let's go. See you on the next one. We out. Uh-oh, the kids just got home. I can hear them.